Welcome to Path of Enlightenment, the journey leading to liberation and wisdom. On this path, we will not only seek answers to profound questions about life but also delve into the mysteries of Buddhism, a philosophy and religion that has illuminated the lives of millions across centuries. In this journey, you will encounter stories of the Buddha, deep philosophies, and guiding lights in the darkness of suffering and afflictions. Here, we will explore simple yet powerful principles to help you find peace and happiness within. Today, we will uncover 5 transformative yet straightforward signs to understand someone's true nature. Inspired by Buddhist philosophy, these principles guide us not only in modern life but also connect us to the times of the Buddha. Let's begin this journey with a cup of tea or coffee. Relax and get ready to explore. Sign 1, the invisible measure, kindness without gain. One of the most profound markers of a person's character is how they treat those who seemingly offer them nothing in return. This concept, deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy, emphasizes the importance of compassion and empathy as acts of genuine humanity rather than transactional gestures. Think about this: you're in a grocery store checkout line, and the cashier looks visibly tired. One person might snap at them for being too slow, while another offers a kind word or a smile. The second individual likely embodies what Buddhism calls karu, compassion, and metta, loving kindness. These small, everyday moments reveal a person's true character because they occur in situations where there's no expectation of reward or recognition. I remember a time when I was dining at a small cafe with a colleague, Sarah. The waiter accidentally spilled water on her. Instead of reacting with anger, Sarah calmly reassured the waiter that it was fine and even helped clean up. Later, the waiter shared that he was having a tough day and that Sarah's kindness meant more than she could imagine. This small moment showcased Sarah's genuine compassion and action that required little effort but left a lasting impact. Contrast this with another experience I had while traveling. At an airport lounge, a man berated a cleaning staff member for not wiping down a table fast enough. His frustration wasn't about the table, it was about his perceived superiority. This behavior starkly demonstrated a lack of respect for interconnectedness, a fundamental Buddhist principle. In Buddhism, every action creates ripples. The Pi term karma, doesn't just refer to cosmic retribution, it highlights the immediate consequences of our actions on ourselves and others. When we treat people with kindness, especially those who cannot repay us, we align ourselves with the Eightfold Path's principles of right action, sammakamanta, and right intention, sammasakkappa. Years ago, during a rough patch in my life, I encountered a man experiencing homelessness near my workplace. Instead of simply handing him money, I started bringing him coffee and sandwiches a few times a week. Over time, we talked, and I learned about his life, dreams, and struggles. These interactions not only gave him a sense of dignity but also transformed my understanding of compassion. I began to see him not as someone less fortunate, but as an equal human being navigating life's challenges. Psychologists often discuss the helper's high, a phenomenon where acts of kindness release feel-good hormones like oxytocin. But beyond the biological benefits, acts of compassion foster a culture of empathy. A 2021 study published in Nature Communications found that witnessing or experiencing acts of kindness increases the likelihood of paying it forward. Imagine the ripple effect if more people practice this daily. Buddha's teachings on metta bhavana, loving-kindness meditation, encourage us to cultivate boundless goodwill for all beings, regardless of their status or relationship to us. This practice doesn't just improve interpersonal dynamics, it reshapes our internal world, fostering peace and clarity. So the next time you interact with a stranger, ask yourself, am I embodying kindness without expecting anything in return? These small gestures may seem insignificant, but they are powerful markers of your character. Sign 2. Compassion for the vulnerable. How we interact with society's most marginalized groups offers a profound lens into our values. In Buddhism, compassion, karu, isn't reserved for friends and family, it extends to all beings, especially those most in need. Picture this. You're walking down a bustling city street and see someone sitting on the sidewalk with a sign asking for help. Some passers-by avert their eyes. Others hurry past. And a few stop to offer spare change or kind words. Each response reveals a distinct level of empathy and interconnectedness. One story that always inspires me is that of Narayanan Krishnan, an award-winning chef in India who gave up a lucrative career to feed and care for the homeless in his hometown. His journey began when he saw an elderly man eating his own excrement out of desperation. This moment catalyzed Krishnan's mission to serve over 2 million meals to those in need. His story exemplifies Buddhist principles in action, particularly dana, generosity, and karu. Buddha's teachings stress that suffering, dukkha, is a universal experience. Recognizing this shared reality fosters compassion for those who struggle. When we dismiss or judge the vulnerable, we separate ourselves from this shared human experience, undermining the principle of interconnectedness. A few years ago, I volunteered at a shelter that provided meals for the homeless. On my first day, I met a man named Robert. He had lost everything: his job, home, and family due to addiction. Over time, Robert shared his journey of recovery, gratitude, and resilience. Listening to him taught me more about humility and strength than any self-help book ever could. Interacting with individuals like Robert reaffirmed my belief that compassion is not a gift but a duty. Cultural and systemic biases often dehumanize vulnerable groups, making it easier to ignore their plight. Yet Buddhism challenges us to see beyond labels and conditions. The Metta Sutta, loving-kindness discourse, urges us to extend unconditional goodwill to all beings, akin to a mother's love for her child. Compassion doesn't always mean grand gestures. It could be as simple as taking the time to listen without judgment, volunteering for organizations that support marginalized communities, using your platform to amplify underrepresented voices. Studies have shown that communities with higher levels of empathy and social support experience lower crime rates and improved mental health. These findings align with the Buddhist idea that collective well-being arises from individual acts of compassion. Every vulnerable person we encounter presents an opportunity to practice Buddhism in action. They remind us that true compassion isn't about pity but about recognizing our shared humanity. How will you respond when you next encounter someone in need? Sign 3. Handling inconveniences with grace. Minor inconveniences often strip away our facades, revealing who we truly are. From spilled coffee to missed trains. How we respond to these moments showcases our emotional resilience and mindfulness. Imagine this scenario: you're late for an important meeting, and traffic is at a standstill. While one person might pound the steering wheel and curse, another might take a deep breath and accept the situation. These reactions reflect deeper habits of mind. The Buddhist principle of anicca, impermanence, teaches us that all experiences, including frustrations, are temporary. Clinging to anger or impatience only magnifies our suffering, dukkha. Instead, practicing mindfulness, sati, helps us approach these moments with equanimity. I once witnessed a remarkable act of patience at an airport. A flight delay left passengers irate. But one elderly man calmly started a conversation with the stressed gate agent. His kindness seemed to diffuse the tension, and soon others followed his lead. This simple act turned a tense situation into a collaborative one. Pause and breathe before reacting. Take a moment to center yourself. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week? Cultivate gratitude. Focus on what's still going well, even in frustrating situations. Handling inconveniences with grace isn't just about appearing calm, it's about building inner peace. During a particularly stressful work week, I started practicing a short breathing exercise whenever things went awry. Over time, this small habit transformed my ability to navigate challenges. When we respond to inconveniences with patience, we model emotional regulation for others. This ripple effect can transform families, workplaces, and communities. By choosing mindfulness, we not only reduce our own stress but also foster a culture of understanding and cooperation. Next time life throws you a curveball, remember that every inconvenience is an opportunity to practice mindfulness. How you respond doesn't just shape the moment, it shapes you. Sign 4. Respect for time and commitments. One of the most reliable indicators of a person's character is how they value their time and the time of others. In Buddhist philosophy, time is not merely a resource to be managed but a reflection of one's priorities, intentions, and ethical conduct. Consider this scenario: you're working on a group project, and one teammate consistently shows up late or unprepared. Their lack of commitment not only delays progress but also signals a disregard for the collective effort. Contrast this with someone who respects deadlines, comes prepared, and values everyone's contributions. The latter demonstrates integrity, accountability, and respect for interconnectedness, core Buddhist principles. The Noble Eightfold Path emphasizes right effort, samavayama, and right mindfulness, samasati, encouraging individuals to approach every action with intention and awareness. By respecting time, we practice mindfulness and show consideration for the shared efforts of others. During a previous job, I worked with a manager who had an impeccable sense of time management. Meetings started promptly, and deadlines were rarely missed. Her efficiency not only inspired trust but also fostered a sense of harmony within the team. In contrast, A colleague who frequently missed deadlines created frustration and disrupted workflows, highlighting how respect for time directly impacts relationships and morale. Prioritize mindfully, allocate time to what truly matters and aligns with your values. Communicate clearly, if delays are unavoidable. Inform others promptly and offer solutions. Practice presence, during meetings or conversations. Give your full attention, demonstrating respect for the moment and the people involved. When we honor our commitments, we cultivate trust and strengthen relationships. This ripple effect extends beyond personal interactions, influencing organizational culture and community dynamics. In Buddhism, time is a reflection of our values and intentions. By respecting time our own and that of others, we embody mindfulness and integrity, creating a life of purpose and harmony. Sign 5: Private actions and integrity. The truest measure of a person's character is often found in what they do when no one is watching. In Buddhist teachings, private actions are deeply tied to ethical principles and the cultivation of inner virtues. Imagine a scenario where someone finds a lost wallet with cash inside. No one is around, and there is no way they would be caught if they decided to keep it. The decision they make in that moment speaks volumes about their integrity and adherence to ethical values. Buddhism encourages us to act rightly, not for recognition but because it aligns with the principles of sila, ethical conduct, and sammasakkappa, right intention. A friend once shared a story about their workplace. A colleague regularly stayed late to ensure team projects were completed on time. What made this remarkable was that they never mentioned their extra efforts to anyone. This quiet dedication built immense trust within the team and inspired others to go the extra mile, reflecting how private actions can uplift an entire community. Buddha's teachings emphasize that our thoughts, words, and deeds should be aligned with ethical principles, regardless of external validation. The Dhammapada states, "The scent of virtue travels against the wind, the wicked, even in hiding, are exposed." This highlights the idea that integrity is its own reward, shaping our inner world and external relationships. Self-reflection: regularly evaluate your actions and intentions to ensure they align with your values. Practice ethical consistency. Make decisions based on principles, not convenience or recognition. Honor commitments, fulfill promises, even when it's challenging or unnoticed. When individuals act with integrity, they inspire trust and respect in others. This trust forms the foundation of healthy relationships, strong teams, and compassionate communities. Moreover, living with integrity fosters inner peace, as our actions align with our deepest values. Integrity isn't about grand gestures or public acclaim, it's about consistently choosing what's right, even when no one is watching. In doing so, we cultivate a life of authenticity, trust, and ethical harmony. Thank you for joining Path of Enlightenment on this journey of seeking truth and peace. As we reflect on the moments shared in this video, we hope you've recognized the unique values of Buddhism in understanding yourself and others. The small moments, such as how someone treats those who cannot benefit them, their reactions to minor inconveniences, or how they allocate time to what matters, All reflect the deeper essence of an individual. May the lessons learned today help us all become better versions of ourselves. Remember, life is measured not by grand actions but by the simplest of deeds. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And let's continue this journey together. If you found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to spread the positive values in our lives. Thank you sincerely. And see you in the next videos. Sparkles.